Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Looks it's a little dark here today. I look a little mucky there. Don't know if I've done a reading for you before, so I like to explain real quick. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me. They also show me pictures. I call it spiritual charades. And I try to describe the picture the best I can. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. You'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, "Oh, I know what he's talking about." And this is non-exact science. We communicate the best way we can. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box just a little bit. They won't give me all the details, because the details are nobody else's business. They should give me just enough so you understand what he's talking about. So we're going to talk to your son today. He's being very soft, very serious, kind of quiet about it. He just keeps saying, "I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom." He's almost saying it like mum instead of mom. You did everything right. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop questioning it. You did everything right. There should be no guilt on your end. None, zero, nada, nothing. That's what he said. He's very peaceful, very calm, very collected, very kind of matter of fact. I want to see you happy. I want to see you at peace, like I feel now. He says that you've heard, I don't want to say muttering because it doesn't even sound like muttering, kind of like whispering. Kind of like kind of like real low whispering, and it sounds like it's just not too far from your ear. I'm not even sure you're hearing it with your ears, because we also have ears up here I call telepathic ears. He says you've heard it so slight that you just kind of fluff it off. He doesn't even show that you actually turn your head and look like you know somebody's whispering. So he is trying to communicate with you that way. And it's not even words that I can understand. So when you hear this whispering, and you either have or you're going to, when you hear this real soft whispering, tell him, "I can't understand you. You need to speak more clear, more plain." They don't always know if we're getting it, but they don't always know. Like when my angels and my guides come in and I get the real high-pitched shriek because their vibration is so much higher than mine, I tell them, "You have to slow your energy down. You have to get down on my level. I can't understand what you're saying." So he says he knows you're not getting it because you're not responding. And sometimes you get like a chill, like a woo. But it almost feels like it's only on one side, like maybe just a quick little chill run up your arm or something. That's his energy. And it's hard for me to tell people how you're going to receive the energy because everybody receives the energy different. So it always comes in different ways. So I'm not 100% sure how you're going to feel it, but he says you get a chill. So know that that's him. And when he does these things, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, tell him you know that that's him. So he knows he's getting through. And then you'll get more. He says he is very much at peace, very, I wouldn't say like jumping up and down type of happy, but just happy with the peace that he feels. There's a grandma type figure and an aunt type figure with him. And I always say type because the little lady living next door can feel more like your grandmother than your blood grandmother that lives across the country. I don't know if the grandmother figure would be his type of grandma. So it may not be a real grandma. So you'd have to think about who was that close to him that would be grandmotherly to him. And the aunt, I don't know if it's his aunt or your aunt, but you would know who's up there. He's moving something around in the kitchen. He's showing me plates. Could be saucers, could be big plates. It's like, so imagine if you took a plate and you kind of moved it around a little bit. Imagine what that sound would be. And it usually doesn't happen when you're in the same room. Usually it's like you walk into the next room and then you go, what was that noise? And it's very soft. He's trying not to scare you, which I ask them, please don't do that. That people think their houses are haunted when they're not, when it's just their loved one there. It's just like he's moving this plate around like this on the counter or in the cabinet. I think it's in the cabinet. So whatever that type of noise would be, listen for that. Again, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him. Also, a cabinet door in the kitchen. So I don't know if it's the same cabinet door where the plates are. You'll either walk out of the room and it'll be open when you come back or shut. If you left it open, it'll be, and it might just be a little crack difference. So you just might have to pay attention. And there's times when I'm sitting here in my dining room where I work and I'll hear my refrigerator door shut. There's nobody here but me and the dog. So that type of thing. I haven't heard it for a while, come to think of it. But again, when you get that, validating, acknowledging. Okay, he's showing me you in the living room, and it's like you feel a wisp of air go through. I don't think it's like a little wisp. I think it's like a big wisp, but it's very light. It's very soft. It's very quick when it does it. Just like this wisp of air that comes through. That's him. So once again, it doesn't count if the window's open and the wind's blowing. But you could be sitting there just watching TV kind of blanked out and you feel like a little wisp of air and you go, might think it's a little strange, or you might get sudden chill. Have you had the hair stand up on the back of your neck recently? He says something about the hair standing up on the back of your neck. So that could be the way you're going to react to his energy being close to you. Like I react to Bob's, my ear burns. It turns bright red. You can physically see it. It got so hot one time that I took the thermometer because I thought I was getting sick with the virus. This ear, perfectly normal. This ear, the alarm went off. so they can physically, their energy can be that strong. So anytime you get, he says, any little thing that you think, was that a sign from you? Just trust it. He wants you to just trust it. He's trying to give you signs that he's still there. He says that he still loves you. He's trying to give you signs that he still loves you. He's trying to bring you comfort and peace. The peace that I feel from him is just so total. Something about a Monopoly board. I don't know if you've recently played Monopoly, thought about it, just bought the game, just watched some other kids play it when you were visiting somebody, or whether you played it with him a lot. He says you cheated. He says you cheat when you play board games. He's laughing. No cheating, Mom. He just wants to bring you that total peace. That's his whole main goal for this reading. He's showing me that he has reached out. When they get real close, my head itches. That's what their energy does to me. I've never seen anybody else itch like this. He has reached out and done this to your arm. He's reached out and grabbed your arm. So you should feel this. And you probably wouldn't have paid any attention at the time. And it'll feel just like a little pressure. It probably won't feel like fingers because we don't have fingers anymore. But you should feel like could have felt really warm there. You could have felt a little pressure, goosebumps. Sometimes when they really want to get my attention, it feels like they're sticking me with pins. And I go, hey, that's a little rough. I get it. What do you want? Could be anything like that. Not sure how both of your energies will connect. So he's trying in many ways to let you know that he's there with you. He says he wants to snuggle up with you and lay his head on your lap like he used to. I love you, Mom. I want the best for you, and no, I can't come back. And right now, I don't want to. It's kind of messed up down there. Yeah, I don't know how long he's been gone. I can't. Sometimes I can tell, sometimes I can't. But when you're in really deep grief, it's hard, really super hard for them to get signs to you, which makes no sense to me because that's when you need them the most. But the deep grief is like putting up a wall. It just seems to kind of block stuff because we get so in here. So it's not like he's not trying. He says that the next time you have a really bad moment about him, to ask him, not beg, ask. Ask him to bring you some peace. Ask him to bring you some of that peace that he feels. And at some point, even if it's after you go to sleep, you should feel a total sense of peace wash over you. It may not last because that's what we do when we've lost someone we love. Excuse me, I need to quit smoking. So know that he can help you with that. And he wants to help you with that. So ask him because they cannot override your free will choice. You have to ask him, and then you have to be willing to accept the peace that he brings you and the love that he brings you. And there's been a couple of times when they've shown me that great love energy that they can put on you, and I just started crying because it was just more beautiful than anything you can get here. More intense. I love you, Mom. Please don't grieve for me. Please celebrate me. I did what you asked. You've asked him to do something since he left. He says he did it. That's one of those things we don't need the details. None of my business. I promise. And I have not left your side. You just don't realize I'm there. So it's like they always tell me, it's like they're on the other side of the wall. Can't see them, really can't hear them. It's just, but they're that close. They're just where you can't see them. Most people can't. Okay, he said he's going to leave you with that. He said he wants you to get those signs, to understand that they're him, and then you'll start getting more when you accept that that's from him. Okay, much love to you, my dear. He says, I love you, Mom. More than you know. Love is more powerful once you get here. He said it's the shits. It's the end all. It's the greatest. With that, he's leaving. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. Later.